Mr. Kennedy, and he has a lot to say to everyone out there watching. He's gonna be on Wrestling with Savage. Why are you yelling? Why are you yelling? I'm excited. Watching this. This is Mr. Kennedy taking a chop from Savage. He just gave me a nice stiff. Nice stiff. Sound.
You're watching Wrestling with Savage, the best late night wrestling show in the world.
Say you are listening to Wrestling with Savage, the best podcast in the history of podcasts.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, Roger, you live at the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage, SmackDown. Hold the title, this is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Because they are the best tag team in the world. Tag team.
Be my honor to be a guest on your show.
Christmas fully ready. Good job, Savage. It's the best hat in pro wrestling. Can't get fucking Raw, man. Yes, Raw, fuck.
It's MDK and Wrestle with Savage all fucking day.
Okay, we got over here.
Well, what do we got over here? Have your cake and eat it too.
Look at Eddie.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, Roger, you live at the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage, SmackDown. Hold the title, this is Wrestling with Savage.
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Wrestling with Savage. We're back for another episode for NXT. I'm here with Anthony. I'm here with Jay. What's going on, guys? How you guys all doing today, man?
Doing well.
Good Wednesday. We got some pretty good news for a Wednesday, which I kind of want to get right into that good news before we get into NXT. So again, in memory of Mr. Jay Briscoe over here, we got some good news that his brother Mark Briscoe is going to be fighting Jay Lethal tomorrow night on AEW. I don't know if it's going to be the main event. I don't know if it's going to be the opening bout. I just hope it gets at least 20 to 30 minutes of airtime, and they can have what's going to probably be one of the most emotional matches of the year, Jay. I know you got a lot of thoughts on this, but let's save all that AEW talk for tomorrow. So we're not here for AEW. We're here for NXT.
I won't even talk about it tomorrow. So
no problem. Well, just so you know, you can support the family with this new shirt that came out, Reach for the Sky. Go pick it up at Shop AEW, Shop Impact. They have it all over there. This is going to be a preview of what AEW is going to be looking like tomorrow. There are some good matches already. Looks like a stacked card, and now we got to throw in that Jay Lethal match in there with Mark Briscoe, so I'm hoping it gets the right time. Again, AEW starts tomorrow at 10:30 p.m., and of course, Thursday we have the interview with Alpha Anoa Jr., so I want to make sure you guys are all here for that. That's going to be a really good interview where we're going to talk about the Samoan Dynasty, the bloodline, his family, his career, and what he's doing right now, training all the wrestlers out in Pennsylvania, battlefield, professional wrestling. But tonight is NXT, and NXT started off pretty hot, man. I'm going to share this screen with you right now. We're going to look at this video together right now, and let's listen to my man Grayson.
To apologise to people for my actions. First of all, Bron Breaker, I'm really sorry for once again exposing you in your temper and embarrassing you in front of the whole world. And as a show of solidarity, I've decided to wear your brand new merchandise shirt today to show you how bad I feel about yesterday. To Norman Smiley, an absolute legend of the game. The way I talked to you was inappropriate, and I shouldn't have done it. And I shouldn't have spent my night watching the video of you fall over like 100 times, lad, but that's okay because you've done so much for this business, Norman. I'm very, very sorry. To all the athletes, stopping training yesterday was so inappropriate. I've seen a lot of you. You can barely do a forward roll or put one foot in front of the other, so I know you need that time to try and get on my level, and I shouldn't have taken that from you. But most of all, the WWE Universe, I'm sorry. As the leader here at NXT, I know you expect better from me. I just want you to all know that this is just the beginning.
This is just the beginning, lads. This is right. This is just the beginning of the NXT broadcast. We're going to be getting into it right now. I'm with Jay. I'm with Anthony. Shout out to Steven Chambers, Jake the Tribal Chief, Gianna Forever. Nick Thomason is in the house. What's going on, Ravishing Ricky? If you want that link, let me know. It looks like we're MackDown, so there is a spot open if you want to hop in here. Mr. Gianna Forever. And we're going to be talking NXT, but let's get into that right now. NXT Performance Center starts off. They show us a lot of highlights from what happened, actually. The video you saw was after this, apparently. So he goes to the Performance Center, causes a ruckus, starts a fight with Ron Baker. It disrupts the whole Performance Center. People are taking videos from their phone, and not just one person. A lot of different talent are taking videos with their phone. They were really trying to build this up, and we're going to kick off NXT the right way. We're going to kick off NXT with the right way. And last night on Raw 30, I don't know about you guys, but my absolute favorite part of Raw 30 was watching the commercial for NXT, which featured this superstar right here. But, I like it. I love it. Indy Hartwell cuts off Vic Joseph and Booker T to say that Tiffany Stratton is about to get an ass whooping. Tiffany comes out looking incredible. Indy attacks Tiffany before the match can even start. Now both ladies are in the ring and the match is underway. Indy with their aggressive attitude to start things off. Tiffany asks for a handshake and a fair start. Indy takes her hand, stomps on it while Tiffany now sends Indy into the turnbuckle. Indy counters with a roll-up kick out by Stratton. Now Indy sends Tiffany to the outside very hard. Looked like a stiff bump. Tiffany with a gorgeous springboard senton slams Indy into the second rope hip attack that looked well, covering a kick out. Tiffany with Irish whip, multiple backflips into her leaning elbow drop, which I love in the corner. It's one of her best moves. That's like one of her signature moves. Now we get a running stomp to the face of Indy Hart, and I'm just going to call that the camel toe stomp. All right, I don't know what else to call it. She basically hits her with her vagina, and I like it. It's a great fucking finisher. Now she has Indy in a wrist lock. Moments later, Indy sends Tiffany into the ropes. Nice kick to the face. You get a kick to the shin, and another big boot to the chest from Indy. Now she has Tiffany in the corner, who's waiting to get, she's just holding on to her knee. She's pretending that she's hurt. She's screaming, my knee. She's selling very well. Indy finally doesn't pay attention because she thinks Tiffany's hurt. Tiffany comes out of nowhere with a stiff forearm to the face. Beautiful fireman's carry over into the slam into a perfect moonsault off the top rope, and Tiffany Stratton picks up the 1, 2, 3. Jay, what did you think of our opening match tonight at NXT?
I think we didn't need it. I think this match was trash. I think she's rusty. I think it's something we didn't need it at all. I can't believe I watched this match with my eyes. Indy Hartwell is probably the worst performer in the last, 2-3 years she's been in NXT. She can't do a body slam. She can't do a drop kick. Her selling is horrible. I didn't even like the line where she said, and I quote, "Tiffany is gonna pay. I'm gonna give her ass whooping," which felt totally flat. That the crowd was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Same here. Overall, this wasn't a match for Tiffany Stratton to come back, and she did look rusty in the ring. So I think she needs more time. The entrance is great because she hits money, even on the ring apron it's money, but she still come up a little rusty.
Anthony, do you agree with Jay? What do you think of the match?
I'm going to agree with Jay with the whole thing with Indy Hartwell. I actually thought Tiffany looked great in this match. Her moveset, yeah, she impressed me tonight.
She impressed me, man. Just look at that moonsault right there, man. Her moonsault was perfection. I think Jay didn't like the match.
Only Christopher Daniels has the best moonsault ever.
Okay, moonsault's a move that anybody can do, and many people have done moonsaults. So Jay, you have to get off the hate train. Whatever you're drinking over there, put down the haterade.
Listen, you guys are marching.
Pour in some Gatorade. Tiffany Stratton has a rocket ship attached to her, and she's going to have a more successful career than Roxanne Perez, Cora Jade combined. And you just have to deal with it.
Their opening match would be against Indy Hartwell.
You have to deal with the fact that she's going to make more money than Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez combined. That's a fucking fact. I'm telling you that right now. Because I'm pretty talented when it comes to calling out superstars. And that right there, let me show you one more time so you can understand what I'm telling you. Right? This right here, that's a superstar. Yeah. That's a superstar. She is the best female talent that NXT has today, with the exception of Jacy Jayne and Gigi Dolan. But I want to touch on Grayson Waller real quick. Grayson Waller is a beast, man. And I agree with Steven Chambers. He's definitely getting in Braun's head.
Oh yeah.
And Mick has words for you, Jay. He wants to know who you are, where you are. You know, don't talk to like that, you know. It'll mess you up, man. Don't
Tell
talk
me
about
what it
Tiffany
is,
like
folks.
that.
If you guys are marks of Tiffany, hey, what can I say?
Listen, I think we're all marks for Tiffany, and you will be too eventually. I remember just a
Not
few
now.
months ago you were praising her like crazy. You
Hey,
know,
look, I'm being honest. You want me to critique the woman or be a flattered gasket
No.
like you guys and
You can-
say
you
she
can-
was the best thing of the opening night? It was a great match for Tiffany Stratton. I'm not going to book Jai. I'm going to tell you what it is. She looked a little rusty. I didn't like her selling. I thought it was way too overmuch. I mean, for God's sakes, Indy looked like a better seller, and she was even wrong.
I don't know. I'm not saying the match was fantastic or anything like that. I did want your honest opinion of the match, and I'm glad you did. But I thought Tiffany looked okay in the ring. She didn't look terrible. I've seen better from her.
I don't think that
But
was
she has been out of the ring for a while, Jay. It's not like she just got in the ring like yesterday.
You could find another wrestler better dance partner. Why in?
Well, we're going to find out what's going to happen with Tiffany Stratton. We have plenty of time for that. But real quick, we got to get into this video package. By the way, Booker T was really selling Tiffany tonight to the crowd, to the people at home. He was definitely hyping her up. We get a video package of last week where Roxanne Perez was going against Toxic and picking up the 1-2-3, and she was able to outsmart Toxic Attraction. This leads to an interview with JC Jane, and it looked tonight like Toxic Attraction was trying to just, play games, basically. Well, that's all we're going to say. We're not going to get into the meat of that right now. My biggest problem is you calling Gigi my partner. It was not a mistake. It was an awakening. I've been carrying Gigi Dolan since we started. I'm the reason Toxic Attraction held on to the gold for almost a year. Gigi's been holding me down, and I refuse her from stopping me from becoming the new NXT Women's Champion. And then they ask her, what can we expect? And she goes on to say something we've never seen before. So let's not even talk about this yet, because they're going to be in the main event. The woman, let's face it. All three of these women are going to be in the main event for the Women's Championship Summit. So let's save all the discussion for Indy. I'm sorry, not Indy. She wishes she was in this shit. For Toxic Attraction and Roxanne Perez, who are going to be fighting at Vengeance Day. I am going to ask you about this. We'll go to Anthony first. Anthony, what do you think about this little segment with Diamond Mine and Drew Gulak? Does this even have any substance, or is this just like a one-off kind of thing? Because I feel like it's going somewhere else.
I think this is just for something for the Creed brothers to do until they face Veer, or I don't even know the name of the group.
Wait, Drew Gulak's group?
No,
Diamond Mine?
Genders.
Oh, in this year.
Oh, okay, in this year. This is just because notice after that tag match that they had, in this year came out. This was just a one-off for them. There was no substance to it. It lacked. I mean, for what the segment was, I kind of liked it.
It wasn't a terrible segment. Jay,
No.
how about you?
Listen, shout out to everybody in the chat. I love y'all, but I think Jake the Tribal Chief is right. It's been lackluster for the last 6 weeks, and this segment here just buried the Creed brothers. Let's face it, Hank Walker is as green as anybody on the face of the earth. Next to probably one of the greatest technical wrestlers you've probably ever seen in Drew Gulak. Then you have Julia Zambuda, who are also great Olympian wrestlers themselves. You put these guys together, and what do you get? Sloppy Joe, because this whole shit was sloppy. It was bad. I can't believe the Creed brothers even in this. And what was that picture right there with the smile at Hank Walker? That's probably one of the two greatest things he probably ever did. The smile and the move we'll talk about later in the match. But overall, I just think, and I agree with Anthony on every point, if you want them something to do, you don't need them to put them in a match like this. Could have just had a backstage segment, promo, pump up the match for Vengeance Day, and call it there.
In my opinion, I think they just have too many pieces on the board, especially with Hank. I don't know what they're realistically really trying to do
Too
with
green,
him.
Savage. He's too green.
It's not just that he's too green. I just don't see the point in this yet. The guy should just be, doing his stuff in the back. Maybe just sticking to security. Go ahead, Ant. What you got?
I think this guy that
I agree with Steven Chambers, by the way. He is a Seth Rogen reject. I agree with that, Steve.
With what Drew Gulak do, like this guy Hank, what's his name?
Hank, the security guard.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like Hank
Walker. Hank Walker.
He should just be a muscle. Don't try to train him. Just let him be a muscle.
He ain't no muscle. Thea Hale's got more muscle than him. And this moves us on to our next segment. I agree. Get Hank Walker off TV. I'm good with Drew Gulak. Thank God that's going to happen next week. We're going to talk about that later tonight when we get into that match. I don't want to give it away yet. But we get a segment now with Chase U, Andre Chase, Stu Cuts, and Thea Hale. Thea Hale is already getting cheers, basically, when she's coming out to the ring. Thea Hale's going to have a little celebration party going on tonight. What's going on, Hunter Dillon? We appreciate you being here. And shout out to Steven Chambers, Jake, the Tribal Chief, Mick Thomason. We know you guys are all here. We appreciate you. And I agree, sky is the limit for Tiffany. But, we got to get to Chase U right now. Last week, she said, you don't fear, he started cursing, and then the PG center, whatever you want to call it, the performance center, started chanting, that's not PG. Andre Chase always has a hard time not cursing in front of everybody. He says that he's so proud to present this award for her first victory to Thea Hale. Thea thanks Andre so much, and then, of course, JD McDonough has to come out and says, this is what we're doing now. We're giving participation awards in NXT, and you're all cheering for it? Thea, listen, I'm a nice guy, and I'm going to give you some life advice. When you hang around losers, every win means a lot. Thea, don't worry about the fans. They're losers just like the three of you. Andre says, I'm not going to have you drag the good name of Chase U into the ground. It means the world to us. Chase says he's going to give him a Chase U ass whooping, and he knocks JD out in the ring as we go to break, which this is going to set up our match, which is coming up next. You can see Thea Hale there. I got some notes for this match. Nothing crazy. You know I'm a big JD McDonough fan. Bottom line is JD McDonough is the fucking man. He destroys this guy, Chase with a destroyer power driver, and JD able to get his foot on the rope. Jay, go ahead. Why don't you go first, man? Break down this match for me. Did you like it? Was it even worth a shit?
You know what? For some reason, this JD McDonough match didn't hit me. I don't know why. I don't know if it was too much of the comedy shenanigans, but it didn't hit me. I didn't feel it as I would feel in any match you would have against anybody else. And I'm giving that as a compliment, but there was something missing, guys. I don't know.
How about you, Anthony? What this match do for you?
I'm going to agree with Jay on this one. I think for some reason I feel maybe it's the opponent, how it was Chase, because Chase is good against other guys. I don't think that they're good together, JD and Chase. And JD's exceptional. I do like JD McDonough a lot.
I love JD McDonough. I think he's one of the best talents in all of NXT. Jay, what was the finish for this match? Because apparently I think I deleted it.
Was it the double inside?
JD won, right?
Yeah.
Well, Duke cuts and left, and then as he left, he got distracted, and JD basically hit the double inside.
Right.
That's because Duke Hudson bounced, right? He ditched them or something?
Yeah, he left. He got hit.
We find out later why, which I guess that makes sense. Whatever. I like JD McDonough. He deserves better than this. Thea Hale's gonna be a big star in this business, though. I'll tell you that. She's got
playing her role right.
No, she's great. She's
the role
great.
that she's giving her, she's playing her right. Would I like to see an evolution role out of her? Absolutely.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, she's killing it right now, though. I gotta admit, Andre Chase is kind of killing it too. But I'd like to see him get away from this gimmick. But JD McDonough is money, and you know who else is money? I'll tell you who else is money. Kiana James in this promo. She was talking about her game plan, and basically she's going to be tag teaming with Fallon Henley later tonight. And this is supposed to be a one-time thing, but that doesn't end up being the case. But we'll get more into that later. Now we have the match between Fallon Henley, Kiana James versus Ivy Nile and Tatum Paxton. I actually enjoyed this match. And you know what I really enjoyed about this match today? I love how good Kiana James is picking up the whole tag team wrestling thing. the way that she was just like doing everything in her power to make sure they got the win. The timing in the moveset, knocking people off the apron, holding the other girl, like, and then the urgency, the way that she like knocked one off and then ran around to go make sure she could grab the other one, like the urgency she showed when she was running. Paxley and Henley started off the night. Paxley with a springboard drop kick that actually looked really good, so I'll give Paxley that. Now Kiana in the ring beating on Paxley, nice shoulder thrust, backflip, an even harder shoulder thrust. Now the abdominal stretch to slow things down. Paxley with a hip toss. Now the tag to Niall, who comes in with the big kicks, running kicks, following Henley now with a big boot to Niall's face. Niall counters, has the dragon sleeper on Kiana, who's able to grab Ivy Niall, slam her down to the mat, and now Kiana again tripping up Ivy Niall and holding on to Paxley as Fallon kicks the shit out of Ivy Niall in the face and gets the 1-2-3. What did you think of the match, Jay?
I think we're keeping the eyes on the wrong prize. I think we need to keep the eyes on Paxley. She was very impressive. I mean,
she was.
This woman has had probably one of the baddest lucks in a breakout superstar in NXT. Let's face it, she had a broken nose. She had to wear a facial guard for about a month. Then she did a couple botches in the match. And she comes back with a springboard dropkick that was beautifully on the money in the face of her. And she comes back selling. And the smile that she sold was great. I think we're keeping our eyes on the wrong prize. Paxley looked great. Now looked great. This match was okay for me. I kind of enjoyed it, but it's not matching.
Okay. Steven Chambers says JD's money. Mick Thomason thinks Duke Hudson's going to walk out on them. And he also thinks that Thea needs to wrestle more matches, which I agree. And yeah, we probably will see some mixed tag team matches here. But how about you, Ant? What did this match do for you? I actually enjoyed the match, and I agree with Jay. Paxley looked phenomenal tonight, especially that springboard drop kick.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Jay on that one, and I'm going to agree with you on that. I just liked how Kiana just played her role right. Though, like with going on the outside, like trying to help. You know,
yeah, no, she was great, man. All that tag team work, you could see it paying off. I don't think she's even done a lot of tag team matches, but she looked like she knew exactly what was going on over there. Apparently, there's news, but maybe we'll save it for later in the night. Because one thing I don't like about NXT sometimes, Jay, is how many times during the night do we see like the same stars in multiple vignettes, multiple things. Sometimes I don't like seeing the same people on TV several times throughout the night, especially when they're like as bad as Briggs and Jensen. I don't care about Briggs and Jensen. Fallon Henley and Kiana James I care about. I don't care about Briggs and Jensen. So every time you put them on my screen, you're making me want to fucking go to sleep.
That was what, like 3 times they were on TV?
It was bad. It was bad. They were on TV.
I was like, what the hell?
I agree with you. We get a picture here of Braun Breaker walking to the ring. And then we're told that Apollo Crews is coming up next, and he's going to be at the barber shop. And speaking of shops, like I do on every show, I hype up the brand's products. So you can check out nxtshop.com. I'm happy that a lot of the NXT fans can now buy NXT merchandise. And 40% off tonight on select styles and titles, so make sure you check it out. Here's Apollo Crews. He's now in the barber shop that Carmelo Hayes has made famous. Carmelo Hayes does not like that, what you're saying right now. He doesn't even like that you're here. He's like, you have the biggest and brightest star standing in your way, Apollo. Go have your visions about how good that title is going to look. But why don't you look at that other vision of, how good that title is going to look around my waist, says Carmelo. Apollo says, no, it looks better around my waist. You beat me, I beat you. How about we end this thing? 2 out of 3 falls and vengeance. You need to be reminded that you are the past, Apollo Crews, and that I am the present, says Carmelo Hayes. Apollo goes on to say, funny thing about the past is it can always predict the future. Anthony, I'll go to you first. Did you like this promo vignette in the barbershop?
Where was Ice Cube?
Yeah, no Ice Cube like that.
I got Jay. Did we really need this segment? We did not need this segment where it was. First of all, why are we putting Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams in this stupid fucking segment along with Apollo Crews?
Because they want to hype up the match of Vengeance Day.
Okay, but there's better ways to do it. Give us a backstage brawl. Give us them talking and then having it turn into a brawl. Give us something better than a stupid Friday after next or next Friday, whatever the hell it is.
Well, in all fairness, Ice Cube did make a movie called Barbershop. So I was assuming that was your reference, but you're taking it to Friday. Okay. I don't know why it's Friday because I didn't see a porch. I didn't see D-Bone. I didn't see any of them. All right, Jay, how about you? Jay, before you go, Jay, I did like this because if we've noticed Apollo Crews as of late, he hasn't been doing these attacks and brawls. He's more psychological now. So he went to the barbershop to get into Carmelo's head. So do you think it's working? And who do you think's going to win this match of Vengeance?
My God, I'm going to tell you this right now. This was probably one of the greatest things they did on TV. Believe it or not, even though it's silly and Apollo Crews has no hair and what the fuck is he doing on the chair, right? But overall, this was very impressive. This is my only problem with Melo. My only problem is that when he does these type of segments, it's flawless. It's perfect. The lines are delivered. I'm the brightest. I'm the biggest superstar you're going to see. Then it's you try to look good on me. It all sounds money. But when you put him on WWE Live in front of an audience, in front of live TV, national TV, something's wrong. It struggles, a little hesitation. The lines don't come out right. The delivery is wrong. I don't know what it is, but overall, I will give it to Melo. I'll even give it to Cruz. He played his part. This was great. And it definitely boosts Melo's stock to me. And I'm Melo all the way on this. I'm even rooting for Grayson Waller so Melo could take it.
I like that lineup. I like that match. I think Grayson Waller is going to be your new champion. And I think Apollo Crews is here to put people over. He's not here to hold people back.
Well, he's not getting a haircut.
Well, he's definitely not getting a haircut, but he does have a beard, so maybe he's getting a shape up or something like I do sometimes. But I think Apollo Crews is here to put people over, and Carmelo Hayes is the future, like he clearly told him. You know, Apollo, you're the past.
Can he cut a promo live, national TV, and deliver it the way he delivered the segment?
You're talking about Carmelo, right?
About Carmelo. That is my only critique. So I'm not saying he doesn't do it all the time. He does it here, he does it there, but it's not consistent, and it's just two different things when you compare it.
I love that we're getting a 2 out of 3 falls match between these two because I think the last, and I want to go back to a comment that Jake said. He said that NXT's been lackluster over the last 6 weeks, and there have been some moments that were lackluster. But let's not forget, we've gotten a lot of good bangers out of the last 6 weeks and a lot of good storylines. So for me, if you're a fan of NXT, I wouldn't say the last 6 weeks have been lackluster. Maybe not as exciting as what we're used to, but still good. And hopefully Vengeance is going to deliver. I felt we were robbed of a championship match between Braun Breaker and Grayson Waller. So I really am hoping that steel cage match at Vengeance delivers the goods. Here we are back with more bullshit. We get a match now, and I can't even believe how many notes I took on this match. I mean, this is unbelievable. Drew Gulak, Hank, the security guard versus the Creed brothers. Whoop-de-fucking-do. I don't even care about these fucking notes. I did like that Tiger pile driver kind of, but they didn't really do a pile driver. Brutus came along and ended up like doing like a double team face buster kind of thing. Not bad. Nice suplex formed by Julius Creed over there. You see Charlie Dempsey now making his way to the ring during the match, which this distracts Drew Gulak and allows the Creed brothers to pick up the win 2-on-1. So I don't really get how Ivy was celebrating after, saying, oh, we got the Creed brothers back. You know, obviously more happened. We had a lot more happen, but this wasn't a big win for the Creed brothers. We've seen them beat better tag teams. You're telling me they're celebrating so hard? We're back. We're ready for this year. We just beat Drew Gulak, who's been like the WWE punching bag for the last 10 years. And we beat Hank, the dumpster trash man over here. And now we're ready for this year. I got bad news for you boys. They're not fucking ready for this year. Jay, what were your thoughts on the match? And what's the percentage you give them to beat this year next week?
Give him 0, but overall, let's just look at everything that just happened tonight. First of all, Dempsey, I hope your dad saved you. You didn't need to be outside tonight on live TV. In this year look good. Yeah, we get that. I'm glad they're 100%. But let's face it, the Creed brothers with Hank Walker that can't do an arm drag suplex. He can't sell. I think I heard at one point Julian's like, "Get off of me, you're hurting my arm." I think I heard that. I don't know if you guys heard it. I don't know. But overall, the guy looks dangerous in the ring. His footwork is way off. He's waiting for spots when you know, like, what are you doing, buddy? It looks like you're going to wait for me to flip you over. Like, it wasn't good to me, guys. It looked really bad.
Wasn't good to you at all. How about you, Anthony? What'd you think tonight on this little segment right here?
I'm getting kind of sick of the kiss ass type shit with these guys now. It's like great, you guys beat up one guy in a tag team match because Gulak got distracted. Where does that make you guys like, yeah, we're back and we're better than ever? You guys are going to get your asses kicked next week.
I agree.
You realize that? They're going to get their asses whooped.
Me too.
I agree with you. I think they are going to get their asses whooped, but that's the whole point. This Indian Mafia is going to come out, new power faction. You got, the Maharaja back in town. He's calling these guys about that. These guys are calling him his brothers. These are my brothers. And they're 100%. You fools are 100%. And next week, that match is on. So, my question now is this, Jay. I have a feeling next week we're going to see more bullshit. I don't think we're going to get a clean finish, and I think this continues into another match at Vengeance Day. Am I wrong, or do you think we get a clean finish next week?
I think the Creed brothers' last hurrah should be stand and deliver. But the way they're setting this up, this looks like a perfect last hurrah too. I would love to see a stand and deliver the way you're set it. So that'd be my take. I hope we do get another match, a better match, and send them with a win and send them to the main roster.
Steven, you're probably not wrong. Braun probably will retain, but that doesn't mean I have to want it to happen. I think Grayson Waller is the right man in the right time, and Braun Breaker needs to go to the SmackDown roster, or needs to go to the Rumble, or he needs to do something, man. He has nothing left to prove in NXT, as far as I'm concerned. And right now you have Grayson Waller, who's hitting on all cylinders. He's going on radio shows and killing promos live. He's going in backstage interviews, killing it live. He's going to the Performance Center and telling them, you guys all need to work on your fucking roles because you all stink. He's killing it right now on all cylinders. Braun Breaker cannot even come close. I'll put it to you like this. Braun Breaker has about 20% of the personality that Grayson Waller does. And Grayson Waller has about, I'd say, 80% of the physical ability in the ring that Braun Breaker has. But if you put it together, who's more entertaining in the next 10 years? Grayson Waller or Braun Breaker? Who's going to bring you funnier segments over the next 10 years? Braun Breaker or Grayson Waller?
But who's going to be the face of the company?
Who's going to sell more t-shirts, Jay?
Or Grayson Waller?
Who's going to sell more t-shirts? Grayson Waller is WWE's answer to MJF.
I agree, but 2024 is the time that Braun will be the face of the company.
And Anthony, I need to know how you're going to respond to this right here.
I got nothing.
Got nothing for you, Nick.
I'm not saying it was a bad show. I'm not saying it was a bad show. What I'm saying is that there's, like the Creed brothers, it's just kind of like, I'm going to agree with Jay. He said it. They're kind of like meh right now.
Kind of like meh.
But I wanted to say something about Jinder real quick.
Go for it.
This is honestly, to me, this is the best I've ever seen Jinder.
All right, I'm taking him off the screen.
Why?
Anthony, we're gonna actually just remove him from the stream for a second. He's got to stop. He obviously didn't see the Maharaja dominate the WWE as the WWE champion of the world, and I love the fact that Anthony can't talk right now. He thinks we can hear him, but we can't hear him. We can't hear you yet. You got to listen to me for a minute. Jinder Mahal was one of the best heels in the history of the WWE. For the fact that you hated him so much that you actually think his work in NXT was better than WWE, obviously did his job. Now I'll let you respond.
What I'm going to say is the way they booked him on the main roster they could have done better for him, is what I'm saying on the main roster.
How
Here's
so? Give me an example.
How many they never let him go over. Not a
How
lot.
long did he hold the title for, Jay?
Over 200, maybe something days, almost 300.
That sounds like 10 months.
Oh, we all know why they did it.
But to me, like,
we do know why.
Character wise, because like when he had like the other two guys that he had on the main roster, he looks so much better with Indashir. To me, he looks better with Indashir.
I'll give you that. Okay,
yes.
He does look better as a group.
That's what I'm saying.
That group looks more dominating
Yes.
than the group he had last time, which was the Bollywood Boys that
Yeah.
Randy Orton was just
Gold.
launching all over the place. But
I thought that was gold.
it was good. It was good.
It was
But I get
gold,
what
and
his
those guys
point
just
is, though,
saw
Jay.
their fucking ass off, so.
I'm just saying, I get what his point is. He's saying, like, overall presentation, these guys look more intimidating, more dominating than the last
I think,
package.
Anthony, I know you see it like this, but you have to see it like this as well. He's just there to be the mouthpiece. That's it. He doesn't even need to.
But I agree with this guy, man. It's hard to do better when he was the world champion. But forget about Indashir. We have a lot of time to worry about Indashir and Jinder Mahal. We're going to see what they're going to do next week. We're going to see if they're going to be involved in Judgment Day. And hopefully Indashir cannot stay 100%. Enough with these injuries, people missing shows. Let's talk about Gigi Dolan. We get an interview with Gigi Dolan, says JC Jane is a bad person, plain and simple. Sure, I might be a little dark, but I'm nothing like her. Mackenzie, what am I holding? Holding a rose. And what are these, thorns? Thorns can be dangerous if you're distracted by the petals, but they don't hide, and I don't have anything to hide, and I can't wait to look JC in her eye and give her a piece of my mind. I thought this promo was fantastic. Money. Jay, who did a better job tonight, JC Jane or Gigi Dolan in their one-on-one interview?
Oh, man, I got to go with my girl, the former two-time ACW Women's Champion, and JC Jane. I mean, I thought it was a hell of a
She did
promo.
great, too.
Her facial expressions were great, but this one wasn't bad either. But if I had to put one over, I'm going to put my girl Jane first.
Big shout out to Johannes from Germany. We appreciate you, brother, for being here.
Oh,
Make sure everybody do me a favor. Leg drop that like button. I want to see you elbow drop the share button, because people ask me all the time, and I'm going to go on full screen when I say this. People ask me all the time, why aren't you famous yet? And the same thing I always say to them, because you didn't share my shit. Share my channel. It's better than you, and you know it. Now, Gigi Dolan, for me, I'm going to be biased. I'm not even going to lie. I'm going to be honest to you. When we have discussions about Gigi Dolan, JC Jane, or anybody else in the NXT Women's roster, with the exception of Tiffany Stratton, I am always going to pick Gigi Dolan. I am a biased Gigi Dolan fan.
Then we're Anthony, going to the summit. You and me tonight, the summit of how she did and JC did.
I thought they both killed it, but we'll get into that later. Anthony, how about you? Do you have an opinion on who did better in the interview segment so far?
I'm honestly high on Gigi.
Yeah, so he's simping on Gigi like everyone else is. I know it. Stephen Chambers asked, where's Roderick Strong? I'm assuming he's home with his family, because he's definitely not wrestling in the NXT Performance Center, man.
And his wife either.
Yeah, we appreciate you, RJB. I got some breaking news later tonight, too, and we'll get into after the show about someone that's going to be a free agent really soon. And the rumors are that he might be headed to NXT. We're going to find out. We're going to find out about that, but let's keep it moving. But I did love the line that she said, that thorns don't hide, and that thorns, can distract you from the petals, can distract you from the thorns. Like, all that was fucking great. I love that shit. And I love this too. This was another short and sweet little vignette. NXT does such a good job with the short vignettes. And Jay, you probably hated this because it wasn't enough substance. But the one thing I'll say about this is the Dawn of NXT Stacks, they're having dinner. I believe this is the same diner that the Undisputed Era used to go and eat at back in the day. Not 100% on that, but I assume it is. And he says he wants to, this is Stacks now, says he wants to take on the biggest guy that he can find. And Don says, everybody's talking about the new underboss. Salute to you. Salute to the new underboss. And Stacks has a look in his eye, Jay. Now, I don't know if I'm wrong about this. You're pretty good at calling shit out like this. Did you see the look in his eye like maybe a betrayal coming up? Stacks betraying the Don?
Well, first of all, I'm going to say this. I'll never take Stacks seriously. I don't care how well the segment is or who is it. I'll never take him seriously as a wrestler, but he's better than Cole, a.k.a. former 2 times. Now, I do see a betrayal. He's got to be something bigger. For God's sakes, the fucking pay-per-view is fucking called Vengeance Day. I think we're going to see more than one betrayal, and I think this is part of it too. And it needs to go. Tony D needs to go solo if he wants to get that belt, so...
I agree. How about you, Anthony? What do you think is going to happen with the Don and Stacks? Are they going to stay together after Vengeance Day, or?
I'm going to say this first. I loved that segment. That was, like you said, short and sweet. And I did notice that look in his eyes, like Stacks is he's gonna betray him. I see it happening.
I'm dying over here. I'm still sick from yesterday. But yeah, I can see the betrayal coming sooner than later. We're keeping moving, though. Let's get into this next little promo. God. We have a match first before the promo, though. Jay, I'm going to give you the first one on this, man. You have any notes on this match? Can you give us a full call-out on this match?
Well, it was a complete disaster, I think, from the board. Yeah. But Lopez looks great. I don't understand the whole thing. And going back to your point, we're always seeing the same wrestlers over and over. They're trying something new with Valentina. Let's see where it goes. But this was just horrible to watch, guys. I'm sorry.
How about you, Anthony? You got anything on that match?
No, I thought it was completely boring.
Appreciate you, Hunter Dillon. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying not to choke on the live stream live right now. Trying my best. We see Valentina Feroz in the back with Elektra. And she's giving her some advice and all that. But they're about to have their match. You see Elektra over there throwing pillows, almost hitting...
pillow on the match, for God's sakes. Jesus.
Almost hitting Booker T in the face. Shucky Ducky. He doesn't know what the fuck's going on. Elektra Wendy putting on a shit show of a match. Elektra eventually gets the brass knuckles, hits Wendy Chu in the face, and Valentina, they have a promo later on in the night that says, I can't do that. Wendy, she's my friend. Elektra goes on to say, listen, you can win matches or you can make friends. It is what it is. Now we get a promo with Josh Briggs, Fallon Henley. You guys won. You're so good. You did amazing. I'm happier than biscuits and gravy. What's next for you two? At Vengeance, you two are going to fight for the NXT Tag Team titles. This was supposed to be a one-time thing. Fallon Henley says she's feeling blindsided, and she has to think about it. There's that picture that's that conversation that Elektra and Valentina were having earlier in the night. Jay, you have any comments on this crap? Either of this shit?
It's just a disaster, but Elektra Lopez looks like a star, but it's just disaster across the board, Savage. I can't say no more.
What I can't stand is being sick as a fucking dog. I hate this shit.
It's bad. I mean, look at it. It's completely bad. I mean, we got Henley trying to say, I don't want to be part of the match with Kiana J. And then we got the other one saying, oh, you want to stick with your friends, stick with your friends. Yeah.
It's not a bad name, though, Steven Chambers. New tag team name, Bar Rescue.
Oh, no.
I'm kind of intrigued at the idea of Kiana and Fallon Henley being a tag team. Because I think they're both good. But are they better than Chance and Carter? I guess we're going to find out, We're going to find out on Vengeance Day because that match did get made official. Now we're going to get an interview with Stevie, the internet sensation, the live stream queen of the NXT universe. She says next week will be my NXT debut, and I'm looking forward to facing the champion one day. And I doubted that it's going to be Roxanne. Next Tuesday, the world of NXT gets dragged and kicked into the future. So, Jay, I'll go right to you. What do you think we see next week?
Jesus Christ. When I look at this person, I see everything. She checks every single checkbox. She is hitting on the mark. This woman done it all. Former House of Glory Women's Champion, for God's sakes. This woman knows how to cut promos, cut segments. She can wrestle, folks. I just said she was a former champion. Not only that, she was a former Ultimate Pro Wrestling Women's Champion herself. So I am very excited. I would put her exactly with Toxic Attraction. I think she's the perfect fit, even though she has the action and she's UK. But overall, I think this girl's going to go to the top. I see it. I don't know what it is. When I look at her, when she cuts, when she delivers a line, it's money. I don't know what it is. It's just what it is.
Anthony, you got anything on Stevie over here? What do you think we see next week? Do we see a squash match, a competitive match?
I think we see a competitive match, and I actually agree with Jay about her. I was watching that segment tonight, and I was like, God damn, this girl's money. This girl's gonna like kill it.
Extremely money, perfect, hitting the lines, hitting the mark. I loved every second of it. It was great. And she not only did this once, she has done this last week as well.
Listen, guys, I got to be honest with you. All right. The only thing that matters right now is Grayson Waller. Cut my music. We don't got time for games. I had you shaking, Braun. I showed the world that I'm tougher than you. Everybody knows that I'm tougher than you, and I'm tougher than everyone in this building. I don't need a steel plate tonight. Under this jacket, it's just me and my NXT title, because I am the uncrowned champion. What happened, Braun? You need your dad to bark 3 times before you come to the ring? Countdown is on. 11 days until Grayson Waller is the undisputed champion. Braun should be scared to get in the cage with Waller. Braun has to win this match, or it's going to haunt him for the rest of his life. We see video of Braun coming. He goes on to yell, "Let that dog loose." You know, get on your phones, get them out, because I can smell that dog coming. It's time for a new viral moment. Of course, this leads to a big brawl that breaks out. There's Braun coming down to the ring. NXT roster coming out to hold the 2 men off. Braun chasing Grayson all over the place, and he can't. Braun's nuts. He tries to spear Grayson Waller and ends up going through the barricade. Medical attention coming down to help him out. Grayson Waller loving it. And Jay, I'm going to go to you. What did you think about this segment right here?
The greatest thing that NXT doing right now between this main event match, which they haven't done with Apollo Crews, is they have you keep on guessing. Now, yeah, you had here and there Crews was going to win there, but overall you knew Crews was going to lose. Here, you don't really know what the outcome is because every segment you just throw you off. Waller goes on top, then Braun goes on top. Then it goes Waller, then it goes Braun. Now we see Braun down, speared to the barricade by himself. You don't know who's going to win. So I'm loving this whole thing, but personally, in my view, I just think it's unnecessary. We already saw it earlier in the beginning of NXT. I don't even think we needed to see it twice. That's just me.
I thought these guys murdered it tonight. Great segment to set up the hype for the match. How about you, Anthony? How'd this segment hit you?
I fucking love Grayson Waller. I fucking absolutely love. I mean, the way he delivered everything, and the fact that he even got his own NXT title, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm NXT champion too." Like, come on, that's such a dick thing to do, but it's brilliant.
Yeah, I could grab my title. Shit, I'm the NXT champion right now. Where's my shit at?
And
I'm gonna this fucking show. I'm the fucking champ, and I don't care if it doesn't have the holographic shit.
You gotta update.
It's my championship. This is the way I would come out. Okay, let's get the camera on this. Let's make sure you guys see this shit. All right, there's no butt, Ant. There's no butt. I'm the champion, like you said. Grayson Waller effect is here, and I'm the champ. Not Braun, not Grayson, not Carmelo. Not
I wasn't
Tony
actually.
D. Nobody, man. Nobody, man. What do you got to say, Ant?
I'm going to be honest. I don't think Braun Breaker's going to fare too well in this cage match. I think Grayson's going to outsmart him.
I could see that happening. I can 100%
second guessing, just like I said.
Well, that's Grayson Waller's gimmick, man. We had a comment earlier. It said Grayson is basically Miz
2.0. This is what writers on Raw and SmackDown need to pay attention to, because exactly they need to do. They need to keep fans and audience second guessing. You can't just have it all predicted.
Big shout out to Jake, the Tribal Chief, who just got his best friend Malik to subscribe. We appreciate you. But I thought this segment was money. Great way to set up the match. Not too long, not too short, just right amount of time. And I liked how they didn't make you wait for it. They gave it to you kind of like in the middle of the show. And then we get this promo from the Gallus Boys, who say Gallus Boys on top. All of Europe knows there's going to be a lot of matches coming up for that tag team thing next week, which actually I think we have a few of the pictures. So we have the NXT Championship cage match between Braun Breaker versus Grayson Waller. Okay. And I agree with Mick Thompson. I think it's time for a new champion. Is it going to happen? I don't know.
I agree with Mick.
I really want it to happen. I'll be so happy if it does. We're also going to have a fatal 4-way match at Vengeance between Gallus, the New Day, Pretty Deadly, and the winner of next week's tag team match, which I think is going to be like a trio match. Then we have this kind of sleeper match over here. This has potential to be a fantastic match, Jay. And we're not going to get into the predictions right now because obviously there's a segment coming up. So we'll talk about them when we get there. And then, of course, we have the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship that's coming up right now. And it's supposed to be a 1-on-2 championship match between Alba Fire versus Katana Chance and Caden Carter. And it's coming up next. Carter and Chance get the win. Bottom line. Bottom line is that you see Alba Fire over there. She's going to put up a fight. So Ruka ends up coming down and trying to help her out. Alba lets her. Eventually, she even gets tagged in. And I got to say this. So Ruka has great movement. She's super green, but her athleticism, Jay, I can see her having a future in this company, man. What do you think about So Ruka?
Gonna disagree with Vic Joseph. She's the fastest rising star on NXT. That's horseshit. But I am gonna say this: Alba Fire is 2 for 2, y'all, in my book, of having good matches. And you know when she has good matches? When she's in tag teams. Because in solo, she can't do shit. But in tag team, she can do shit.
Why do you think that is?
I just, you know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. I think it's the character. I think it's the gimmick. I think it's the character. I think it's the moveset she did. Because let's face it, she wasn't Kylie Ray and she wasn't doing no fucking swanton.
Why didn't they let her keep her NXT UK?
That's just me. In NXT UK, she was dominant. She was doing her glory bomb 1, 2, 3. She wasn't doing no fucking.
She wasn't Alba Fire. She had another name, right?
They changed it. You know who changed the name? Your favorite person in the whole wide world. And then he retired and now he's back. But overall, let me get this real quick. I'm going to say it right now. Ruka is going to deliver one hell of a performance this Saturday. I'm going to say it one more time. One hell of a performance this Saturday. We needed this type of girl. Not just like we have Kofi, we need her for the Rumble. I think she's perfect. I love her finisher. That's how she won me over. I can't wait to see what she do, but she is still Green Savage.
So you think we see her? You think we see her in the Royal Rumble on Saturday?
Yes, I'm calling it right now. And we will see her this Saturday. And this match was match of the night for me because Chance and Carter put one hell of a performance. They're great as a tag team. That just shows you years of experience. And I would definitely put them in the main event roster when they lose these belts.
Jay, you might be onto something here because at the end of the night, we got a nice shot of Isla Dawn and Alba Fire in what seems to be a meeting of the guard. And they're coming together. And your wish might be coming true since you said she's 2 for 2.
When you put Alba Fire in tag team matches, she has good matches.
I agree with that. Kiana James, Fallon Henley, they come out, they accept that challenge for Vengeance Day, and they're going to be added to the Vengeance Day card. They're going to have a tag team match against Chance and Carter. I don't see them winning, though. I see them getting into a fight, some kind of shenanigans, and I don't see. Do you guys see Chance and Carter losing to James and Henley?
I see kind of them losing, but them also feuding at the end, which will lead to like a singles match somewhere down the road. That's what I see.
Okay. It's possible. I mean, anything's possible at this point on NXT. How about you, Ant? You got a prediction on that match? By the way, I'm still the champ. Don't think I'm not. I'm still the champ.
It's a tough call for me because they both kind of, I don't know.
All right, he doesn't know. I think that they're going to retain. I don't think they're going to win. And I like Jay's idea. I think Isla Dawn and Alba Fire are your next NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, especially if tonight was any indication of what's to come. I can see that being a deadly tag team and putting on banger matches. And I'm actually here for it. I can't wait to see it. So, yeah, I agree with a lot of people in the chat, Katana Chance, Caden Carter, are going to retain, just like Steven Chambers says it. I agree with him. Now let's get into this crap. And it wasn't actually crap. I kind of enjoyed this. Dijak Wesley. Wesley says, protect your neck. I'll see you in Charlotte. Yeah, Dijak's telling him, you should just hand over that title right now. Wesley's like, listen, I've been making stupid choices my whole life. So no, I won't hand this title over to you. Dijak says, Wesley went on to tell all kinds of sob stories. Dijak says, I don't deal in sob stories. I deal in justice. I deal in justice. Jay, what happens in this match?
Can't believe you said it was good because this was fucking great. I've been the only person on this show that's been a Dijak supporter since he's came. I told you I loved everything about it, and this was perfect as well. You need to put this guy in these type of segments because he delivers. He's justice. This guy needs to be the champion. For God's sakes, Wesley was perfect as well, even though I still think he has the worst finisher in the fucking business. But they were both perfect. It was great. Dijak needs this victory. I'm telling you, he needs it. I'm in love with this character right now. It's good. It's working.
Anthony loves wrestling. How about you? What do you see happening in this match between Dijak and Wesley? And did you like tonight's vignette?
The vignette was good. I liked the vignette. I'm actually going to agree with Jay. I like Dijak more in segments like this, like when it's just him and he's in like his own like element. I feel like he thrives more.
It's money.
I can agree with that. And Jay, the reason I didn't say it's great, I mean, you should be happy that I even said it was good.
You hated it at first. You thought it was a joke.
Listen, I'll tell you why. Because these guys need vignettes. They're not doing this on live TV, and they're not doing this
I'm glad you're
in
back
the middle of the ring.
I'm glad you're back on the Dijak.
They're vignette guys, and this is one thing that Wesley will never hold.
Yeah, they just changed the fucking finisher, please. Can you give him a fucking cutter? You can't do a fucking cutter for God's sake.
How many more people are going to do cutters? I'm sick of it. Everybody's got a cutter. Everybody's got a super kick. All right, Jay, I'm going straight to you. All right? Someone put a feather in Cora Jade's locker. She gets cut off. But before we get the cutoff part, tell me about the future of Cora Jade right now. What's going on with Cora Jade? Why do they have her feuding with Valkyrie? Why is she in the title picture? What do you see happening with Cora Jade in the next few weeks?
I still going to say this, even though there's a lot of mixed shit going on. I'm still going to say that she should be the next person to fight Roxanne Perez after this triple threat match. It would only make sense. I think the only outcome that you need to succeed in this women's main event match is not only make Perez strong as a champion, but you also need to, I guess, address a new recruit in Toxic Attraction or bring them back. Because let's face it, Jason Jane and Jaleel Jordan are very talented to hold those belts, but they're not there. They're not ready. They're perfect as a team, and I think they need a leader. And I told you, I think that girl Stevie, there's just something about her. And the way she delivered that line, like Perez won't even get past Vengeance Day, it has me second guessing. Maybe there could be some sort of friction. Maybe she could come out and interfere to sort of help. She doesn't necessarily need to join Toxic Attraction. But I'm still going to say Cora Jade is still on that way to fight for the belt. It would only make sense to put it with WrestleMania weekend.
Okay, I understand that. In my opinion, I think you're right about the match. I think Roxanne Perez is going to retain because it doesn't do anything negative to Toxic Attraction's current run. They're known as tag team champions, not world champions. They deserve the call-up as well because that SmackDown women's roster, tag team roster, needs serious help, number one. Number two, I agree with you. Right after Roxanne defeats them, she goes on to feud with Cora Jade. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I like where your mind is for that. How about you, Ant? What do you see happening in that match in Cora Jade? And do you want to see Cora Jade take on Roxanne Perez next?
Yeah, but I'm going to just say this. I would love to see Cora with doing the Toxic Attract, being that leader. I could see her definitely doing it. She's got that look.
She does, but the way it is that they present Cora Jade that, if you notice, welcome to the generation of Jade. It's just her. So that's how they present it to us. I agree though, but in reality, that's not how they want to plug her. They want to plug her on her own heel, her own way, her own rules, and it works. We seen it tonight. It works.
I just,
Blair Davenport and Saray, they haven't been on TV, I'll tell you that much, but Stevie Turner's on TV, and she's making her debut next week, Uncle Hottie. And the only reason no one noticed that White Rabbit shirt yesterday is because they were too busy looking at the American Badass, man.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Probably more embarrassing than Ric Flair last match.
Yeah. Also, does anybody care that Nikita Lyons is hurt yet again? What is up with this? Zoe Stark's obviously out on the attack again. No, she's not hurt, man. I don't know what they're doing.
You know, they do these to write people off TV, so maybe she does have some sort of...
She is so bad at selling.
Yeah.
By the way, Uncle Hottie, do me a favor. Twitch sucks my ass. Go to the bottom of the page, click on my YouTube link, youtube.com/wrestlingwithsavage. Come join the revolution. Come join the greatest late night wrestling show in the world today. Do it now. Subscribe and be here for when I hit 1,000, 2,000, one day 20,000. You can be here for that. You can be a part of that. Jay's going to be a part of it. Anthony's going to be a part of it. And you know what else you can be a part of, boys and girls? I'll show you what else you can be a part of. We're sponsoring an event coming up. Check out this commercial, and then we'll be back to tell you a little more about NXT. What's going on, everybody? Let's get right into it. I want to talk to you about all the upcoming events at the Wrestling Universe. They have a show coming up that we, Wrestling with Savage, are going to be sponsoring. We're going to have a vendor table there. Matt Cardone is going to be there headlining this event. Lightning in a Bottle, presented to you live in Ridgefield Park, New Jersey, Sunday, February 26, 2023 at 3 p.m. Tickets are available now on atus.eventbrite.com. There's going to be a lot of stars there. You're going to see Kevin Blackwood. You're going to see Billy Starks. You're going to see Matt Tremont, scheduled to defend the Independent Wrestling World title. The Kirks are going to be there. And guess what else the Wrestling Universe has in store for you? Brian Cage, February 4th. And Chris Masters. Make sure you head on down to the Wrestling Universe right here in Queens, New York. And thank you for watching Wrestling with Savage. Back, and let's get right back into another Chase Shoe segment. Duke says that he got the boys in that triple threat tag team match next week. Okay, real quick. Do these guys even have a chance in hell of winning this match and getting into the Vengeance card? Who are they going up against? They're going up against Malik and Blade, and who else? And the Dyads. Nobody cares. Keep it moving.
Who cares?
Next week, Creed Brothers versus Indus-Sher. I think it's going to be a bullshit match that's going to lead to another match at Vengeance. We'll have to find out. Next week, Cora Jade versus Lyra Valkyrie. We'll see what's going to happen with that. And then here's that triple threat match I was just talking about. The Dyads versus Malik and Blade, Anofi, Andre Chase, and Duke Hudson.
Gotta put Chase Hughes.
I want the Dyads to win this, though. I think the Dyads...
But think about it. What have they really done good the last 3 weeks on TV?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing.
Exactly.
Chase Hughes been owning it on TV.
Across the board.
I think this is gonna that triple threat match is gonna turn Duke Hudson against Chase U.
But it'd be so perfect to do it in the pay-per-view. Like, I would just do it there. I think it'd just be perfect.
I agree, Mick Thomason. I think Cora Jade is going to be a future champion. I've been saying that she's better than Roxanne Perez for a while, but we're going to find out more about that at Vengeance Day. And Steven Chambers is picking the Dyads. I want to pick the Dyads too, but I kind of agree with Jay. I think Chase Hughes just on some big momentum. But however, though, Jay, maybe this could be what breaks up the Chase U University. Maybe Duke Hudson cost them the match. I don't know.
I would just do the betrayal at Vengeance. God's sakes, it's Vengeance Day. Like, do it there.
All right, let's talk about this next spot right here. We got the NXT Vengeance Day Summit. These people have watched me carry your ass for the last year. Gigi Dolan was talking a lot of shit. JC Jane was talking a lot of shit, saying, Gigi said JC's money on the camera, but off camera, she is insecure and she has to puke before matches. She has her own bucket in the back and she has her name on it. She's a pathological liar. And she wants to know, JC, she says, Gigi says to JC, who's going to hold your hair up when you're puking? Because I'll be too busy holding up this title. And Booker T popped for that. He was loving that shit. We got Roxanne Perez coming out to the ring. Now she's sitting there. Roxanne is asking for popcorn because she is enjoying this. She says, you made fun of everyone. And now I'm glad you two are feeling the same way you make every woman feel. Karma is a toxic bitch. Fans actually start chanting toxic bitch. Next week, Roxanne, you're going to be the shortest reigning champion of all time. My God. Basically, Toxic Attraction was playing Roxanne Perez pretty hard. Pretending to be mad at each other, pretending to be fighting each other. And in the end, they put her through a table, they hold up the title, and they show the world that they're stronger than ever, man. They're stronger than ever. But at the same time, when you're stronger than ever and then you get beat by Roxanne Perez, that's how much better Roxanne Perez is going to look. Me personally, Jay, I know you love Roxanne, but I feel like she needs to sound a little more grown up when she talks. There's certain times that she talks and it's like it sounds like it's like a kid from first grade. I just want to hear a little more woman in her voice. I want to hear her deliver a promo with a little more intensity. She got better after the second line, but like when she opened up like a little schoolgirl. I want to see intensity from her line for line for line. I'm gonna put you on the full screen, or actually, no. Let Anthony go first, and then you'll close us off. Anthony, what did you think of this summit that we had?
I actually quite enjoyed it. I thought the way Gigi Dolan and oh my God, I'm freaking so bad with names.
Gigi Dolan, JC Jane, Roxanne.
Yeah. Gigi Dolan and JC Jane, the way they played everybody was just great.
They did a good job.
Yeah.
Jay, what do you got on this summit, man, that we saw tonight?
Apologize to everybody in the chat for Savage being disrespectful to probably one of the greatest baby faces we have ever seen in NXT history, in Roxanne Perez, the prodigy. But I'm going to go into this segment, and this is why I challenged you earlier. If you remember, I challenged you to the segment. All three women hit their mark, something very hard to do. All three women were excellent in the ring. They all delivered great lines, great promos. Well, let's face it, let's cut the shit. We all knew this was the act. I knew it from the very beginning of the show. What I love is that JC Jane seemed to outshine Gigi. Gigi looked a little stuck on live TV when JC Jane said here, where she says, "You a one-hit wonder living on the indies scene." If you notice, Gigi had no response to say to that. She kind of took her time and she was kind of just rolling over her words, trying to think of what to say, but she didn't. And she came back with that, "Oh, well, Jane pukes in the back in the bucket before her matches." Yeah, there's a lot of but in reality, that wasn't a really great comeback. So that's why I think JC Jane got the good. Gigi Dolan was great. Her facial expressions. And let me remind you something. Roxanne Perez is not 25. She's not 35. She is a kid. So she is playing her role perfectly. All she has to do is go ooh and ah and ooh and Booker and ah and Booker and ah. That's all she has to do. She delivered a perfect line. Karma is a bitch. That's what you need to do. I'm sorry. Karma is a toxic bitch. That's what you have to deliver. I love the attack that the both women did on Perez. We all know Perez is probably one of the best top sellers of getting her ass whooped whoever jumps her. Let's face it. So this match works. I definitely want to see a new member, though. That's just me because that's just what I dream for. But this was perfect, and it's very hard to do because we've seen past summits, and not a lot of people can go over, but these three did.
I kind of I can't disagree with you, Jay. I stand corrected. You made a very good case for your girl Roxanne Perez, man. So I stand corrected. Actually, you made a good case for her. She is very young, and sometimes I forget that. And this isn't the same game it was a long time ago, where people would have to really pay their dues before getting this kind of exposure and this kind of TV time. So, saying that, I will actually turn around and say I give Roxanne Perez a lot of credit, considering how old she is and how she's handling all this attention. But at the same time, I still think Cora Jade's better. But that's just me, and I digress.
Listen, you gotta give, and I appreciate you give Roxanne Perez credit, but you gotta give where credit's due. This woman has been put in a position that, hey, we gotta put the belt on you because this and that is happening, and this is where it gotta go. And the way she's rolling with it, the last few segments last week and this week, it's pretty fucking good. I'm actually interested in this triple threat match, believe it or not.
Did we have fun tonight with NXT overall? Did you guys? You're giving it Anthony? Are you giving NXT a thumbs up tonight?
I did.
I am.
Yeah, I agree. Tonight NXT gets a thumbs up from me. 100 times better than Raw 30. All right, 100 times more entertaining than Raw 30. Interesting storylines. Last night, the only thing I enjoyed was the Sami Zayn victory with the 1D. The one and done, that was nice. Undertaker coming out with American Badass with Bray Wyatt having his moment. I enjoyed it. But at the end of the day, Jay, at the end of the day, the best part of Monday Night Raw last night was watching the commercial to hype up tonight's show, NXT, man. Last night got me hyped for tonight, and tonight came through. And I agree, NXT so far is the weekly winner. We'll see tomorrow on Dynamite, but for right now,
no.
A lot of emotions.
Hold on. I'm going to say this right now. Tomorrow night is going to be my winner. Dynamite's already going to be my winner because
a lot of emotions tomorrow night.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But before we talk about tomorrow night, which we'll get into in a second, because what's crazy is with our NXT streams, so many people decide to show up after we've already been on for an hour and 12 minutes. We now have 12 people in here. This shit is now finally popping. It's been popping all night. We've had 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now it's going down to 11. But stick around. We're going to talk about some shit. Ring of Honor Super Card coming up Friday, March 31st. You can see they've changed the poster. I'm wondering how they're going to integrate Mark Briscoe into the show now. Someone had a good idea earlier saying that Mark Briscoe should be challenging for the Ring of Honor World title. It should be Mark Briscoe versus Claudio. What do we think about that?
That could be
I just don't think Claudio is the right person to win against. It needs to be a heel. It needs to be a heel.
Okay.
I mean, I honestly...
But hey, how easy could Claudio turn heel by
Claudio
cutting a promo?
cut a promo for his life. It will never work. It will never work.
You're not even wrong. God, I wish he could if he could cut a promo on Mark Briscoe saying, I don't give a damn about your brother. Tell me he wouldn't be an instant bad guy.
There's only 5 promos that Claudio has cut in his entire career that were great. Please let me know.
I'm just saying.
When I say back,
hold on. I'm going to say this right now. And I know you guys are going to give me a lot of heat for this, but the only way that there could be a great promo with Claudio is if you let Moxley talk for him.
I'm surprised we haven't seen Dragon Lee yet.
Why?
They signed him because he's awesome. That's why. John Gilcher wants to know where Lewis is. I don't know where Lewis is. He's probably still at the Wrestling Universe, turning 96 today.
Like, where are you?
Happy 96th birthday to Lewis over there. And speaking of birthdays, real quick, I give a shout out. We got a birthday girl over here from AEW. And yesterday we had Hobbs, a birthday boy over there.
He's been on TV.
Dude, they've been doing him right though. Every vignette we have, they're building him up. They're building him up. So when we see him finally on TV, I expect.
This is the first time I've seen him on TV right now. You're the one that's doing better than Tony Khan right now. Happy birthday to Powerhouse Hobbs.
Happy birthday to Powerhouse Hobbs.
Giving him more TV time than Tony Khan.
Happy birthday. I just want to let you guys know, Ringside Collectibles has released these 6 figures that you can go pre-order or purchase now. These are nice, and I really love the Owen Hart and the Malachi Black one. Are beautiful. I don't know if you guys are big figure collectors. I am like a super nerd. You can see behind me up there, I got all my favorite legends, and I have toys everywhere in this room. I love collectibles. I love collecting collectibles. So if you guys like collectibles like me, Ringside has a new one. And also, the pre-order is beginning for the MJF Better Than You button-up dress shirt. Worldwide pre-orders are available. They end February 8th. And yes, I am a loser, and I pre-ordered one for $49.99 because I think this is going to go very nice with my suit, with my scarf, and with John Gilcher's AEW World Heavyweight Championship that I will be carrying for him at, I believe it's a Dynamite coming up. Yeah. Yeah! Let's get back into what we were talking about, though. What do we got over here? Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. This is what you're going to see on AEW Dark. So, Britt Baker, obviously, just killing AEW Dark. We got Action Andrade over there. Dark Order's doing their thing. All right. Big deal. I don't really watch a lot of Dark, man. This Saturday, we have Royal Rumble live play-by-play. All 3 of the people you see in this room should be here on Saturday to help bring you the most savage commentary. And guys, I promise you this. And yeah, I gotta say it. If you enjoy my commentary on any videos I've ever done, if you enjoy my commentary on matches I've called in the past, you're not even gonna begin to fathom the kind of commentary I'm gonna bring you for, in my opinion, the most exciting event of the year every year. No matter how good WrestleMania is sometimes, nothing is more exciting than watching that 10-second timer come on and not knowing who's coming through the curtain, baby. Man or woman Royal Rumble. We're going to get to call them both. We're going to get to call Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens. There's going to be a lot of matches that night that I'm interested in, man. And Cody Rhodes, you're going to want to see the look on my face when Cody Rhodes comes out 1 or 30 or 5 or 10. Don't care, don't know. Can't wait for the Royal Rumble this Saturday. And I also can't wait for this Thursday. Alpha Noe Jr., Bloodline relative, Samoan Dynasty member is going to be here. Talk about wrestling, the Bloodline, the Samoan Dynasty, his father. I'm going to be asking him questions about his cousins. I'm going to be asking him questions about his promotion, Battlefield Pro Wrestling, where Tommy Dreamer is headlining this Sunday. By the way, Anthony, they need a photographer. Did you message him?
Yeah, I did. I'm still waiting for a response.
I'm sure you should have been faster. I'm sure.
I texted him last night. Dude, the minute I saw that, I texted him.
I tried, man. Trying for you, Ant.
I know.
I'm out here creating opportunities for you, Anthony. I'm just fucking with you, Ant. Don't worry. I hope you calls you back. Alpha Noah's going to be here Thursday night, and I will be the only one in here to interview him because we don't have time for bullshit questions from barbells and body slams, and we don't have time for questions from Jay about controversies and past bullshit. What we do have time for is one hell of an interview and then some hype. Jay, I know you. I know you, Jay.
You wouldn't want to ask questions about his run in WWE and what happened and what great matches he had and how was Ohio Valley Wrestling. You guys have the story.
I like the Ohio Valley. If you have a good Ohio Valley question, I'll take it. The WWE, there's not much to talk about the WWE. The only question that I would ask him is what was it like?
I would love to see him back in WWE.
The only question I would ask him is what was it like to work next to Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, bro?
He was in a whole bunch of losing matches with Legacy, which wasn't bad. They were good.
They didn't treat him right on Raw when he came in. He was basically like a Samoan bulldozer. Now he's nicknamed the Samoan Storm, which is one of the better, cooler nicknames I've heard with the word Samoan. I still think he's only 39 years old, Jay.
For God's sakes, he was on Raw fucking beating Cody Rhodes.
He was, man. I can't wait to have this guy here and talk to him, man. But at the same time, we got to respect the fact that he's doing his own thing right now. Got Battlefield Pro Wrestling. He's bringing Snitsky on. He's bringing Phil Insane on. Lance, Vinnie Mac. He's bringing dudes on to talk about Sunday's Evil Intent. And he's got a hell of a little performance center there in Pennsylvania. Jay, if you're not doing anything on Sunday, man, maybe maybe we spend the whole weekend together, man. Tell your wife you're sleeping over. We wake up, we go to Pennsylvania. We go get Anthony, we go.
He's a fucking legend in fucking Pennsylvania. Fucking kidding me? He's a fucking champion down there, for God's sake. If we go to Pennsylvania and say, hey, we know Alpha, we probably get free food and shit.
I want to hang out with Tommy Dreamer. I want to hang out with Alpha. I'm sure if we go down there, we'll get the royal treatment. We'll have Anthony, who will be doing the free photography anyway. Even if he doesn't message you back, we'll just bring Anthony there. And he'll let Anthony go ringside and get incredible pictures.
Oh, wait,
and
that's
then
Sunday?
maybe, Jay, maybe I can talk to him and maybe he'll let me and you stream it live and we can do our own
the former Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling Champion. He can do whatever, man. As long as we chill with Alpha as a champ, hey, we good, man.
I think we good, man. I can't wait till Thursday. But before Thursday, we got to talk about Dynamite. Dynamite's coming up tomorrow, and a lot has happened in the last 24 hours. This was the card for Dynamite pre-yesterday. Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara versus Ricky Starks.
I don't like this card, man.
You have to, I do like Darby Allin versus Buddy Matthews.
You guys don't see this shit?
I like Darby Allin versus Buddy Matthews, though. You don't like Darby Allin versus Buddy Matthews?
The Acclaim and the Guns, money bag. Jungle Hook, here's come money with the merch. Darby Allin, okay, Buddy Matthews, I'll take that. Well, Brian Cage.
See, to me, the Jungle Hook match should be for Rampage. They have no business having that squash match because that's what it is. Ethan Page, unfortunately, has to be on the loser side of this. Why does Ethan Page have to tag team with Matt Hardy? You know what I would like, though? Check this out. And it's not going to happen, but God, I would love it. What if tomorrow, when this match starts, Ethan Page and Matt Hardy are coming down to the ring, and then Jeff Hardy's music just hits. He comes out and just tells Ethan Page to fuck off. And then we get the Hardy Boys versus Jungle Hook. Would you like that, Jay?
I'm going to say this because of that match with the Briscoe, but I'm going to say this. I'm going to be very fucking judgmental tomorrow because if that does not main event tomorrow's show, then this show is shit to me because that should be the main event.
Are you talking about this match?
Yes, but I just have a feeling these fuckers are going to put Darby Allin as the main event.
I agree with you. Mark Briscoe versus Jay Lethal should not only be the main event, it should go into overtime. They should allow this match, give it a 60-minute time limit. It starts at 9:30 and it ends when it ends. And that's it. Deal with it. Deal with it, TBS.
I'm telling you right now, Savage.
That's the only way that you can give fair time to the rest of the people. Because I'm tired of companies doing all this stupid nonsense. Like, for example, yesterday, and I'm going to get into it right now. I gotta go off on WWE, and I gotta go off on Triple H or Vince McMahon, or whoever was backstage that decided to hype up a steel cage match last week between Bayley and Becky Lynch. And then the day comes, and because your stupid Bloodline segment went way too long, because your tag team segment went way too long, which, by the way, your first hour was commercial free. So you couldn't get the trial and the match done in 45, 50 minutes. So you could at least give Becky and Bayley 10 minutes, 15 minutes. No, instead, you tell the guy in the mic with the ref, you tell him, listen, tell them they can either have a 2-minute match or they can just beat the shit out of Becky and go home. Because that's all we got time for. We have Undertaker, we have Ric Flair, we have Jerry the King Lawler, all these fucking old fucks that I don't give a fuck about. I wanted a steel cage match yesterday between Bayley and Becky Lynch. They fucked me and they fucked you. You should all be upset about it. God damn it. I'm pissed about that shit, Jay. Jay's muted. Muted. I can't hear you, Jay.
I'm sorry. I'm more upset at the acknowledgement ceremony. I'm more upset about that, to be honest.
Well, we know why that didn't happen, but did the trial have to go that long?
No,
they couldn't have made it a little faster.
That at least should have been at least a 10-15 minute segment.
Why not make that the main event and let it go to 11:15?
But see, here was the other problem, which was, I'm a mark for the Bloodline. You know that. But that segment was too long. Hogan shouldn't have been out there. I think, because that mic shit was.
I don't mind Hogan coming out, but he should have came out with Ric Flair. He should have came out. He should have came out with Ric Flair, Jerry the King Lawler, and all the other old fucks that you're not going to use properly. Let them all come out at the same fucking time. Ah, brother, yeah, I'm the king. Woo,
I'm going to agree with that.
2 minutes. Gone.
But the other
Stick him in the poker game.
But the problem was it was that segment, and then you had the tag team match. That's what was messing up with that. That's what was giving the show too much time. Why didn't we get that steel cage match? You hyped it up. You hyped up the fucking match, and then we just get toxic attraction. Wow. Damage control, just beating the shit out of Becky, and then that's the end of the night for them.
Because they gave them a choice. You can have a 2-minute match or do a storyline that we can continue until the next week. Unfortunately,
but I agree. I'm agreeing with you on that.
No, I know.
I
gotta respond to this comment though, Mick. Listen carefully, all right? I'm not disrespecting legends. I love the legends. I love Hulk Hogan. I love Undertaker, and I love Ric Flair. Nobody loves these legends more than me. I know you think you love these guys more than me, but you're not even remotely close to loving these guys more than me. I grew up with these guys. I look at all of them like my father, like my uncle, like a distant relative. I have more respect for the men we saw on TV last night than you can ever know. But I don't like when they're not used properly. The only legend who was used properly last night was The Undertaker, Jerry the King Lawler, and Farouk, Ron Simmons. Because they had short little things. Jerry goes on the commentary. Undertaker has his moment with Bray. And then Ron Simmons is in the back with JBL. You get a little APA moment, poker game with Corbin. At least it was short and sweet, and it made sense. Hogan coming out with a mic that doesn't work doesn't make sense. Ric Flair coming out babbling with his daughter for 20 seconds, and she's the SmackDown champion. She shouldn't even be on Raw 30. Why is the SmackDown Women's Champion on Raw 30? What does the SmackDown Championship have to do with Monday Night Raw? That 5 minutes.
I still wish she wasn't holding the belt.
That 5 minutes could have went to Becky and Bailey so that the people that paid good money can see a professional wrestling match. Because at the end of the day, Mick Thomason, that's why I'm here, to talk about professional wrestling. And when we don't get to see professional wrestling, I get cranky, Mick. I get cranky, and I bet my wife's getting cranky right now because you're getting me loud over here, man.
There's so many other Hall of Famers they could use. You got Rick Steiner, Scott Steiner, you got Booker T, you got Stone Cold Steve Austin, you got Mick Foley. I could keep going and going, and we still use Kurt Angle.
Yeah, that DX segment did absolutely nothing for me. But I really need this match tomorrow to deliver, man.
Oh, it's going to.
It should be the main event, but I have a feeling this fucking Mark is going to put Darby Allin as the main event.
They'll probably open up the show, which I don't think that's a right call.
I don't think it should.
I'm gonna agree with you on that, Jay. I don't think they should at all. That's a main event match.
You could put a banger in the opener. You could.
Reach for the sky, boy.
Get down like y'all like to get down in the Wild West. Wild West, baby. Wild West, let's do this.
Hey, check that Saturday night. Let's talk about Friday night. Friday night. The NWA.
That Friday night, we in the ladder war, baby. The match that was made for us.
I just wanted to give that 10-ball salute to this man. You know what I mean? Like I can't wait for that match tomorrow. I think it was the right move. I know a lot of people were arguing about it, that it should have been done sooner, that it should have happened sooner, but I'm just glad that it's happening at all. So good.
I thought it was too early, but I guess, it's just so fast. Like, why would you just... But
you have to think this is Mark Briscoe saying he wants to, though.
I just found it shocking. I was very shocked. I was like,
but this match was agreed by Mark and Lethal.
No, I get that.
I respect both those guys for wanting to do it for Jay. I so much.
I always thought that, even though I make fun about Ric Flair's last match, Lethal is always that guy that you could always count on matches like this. So
an argument.
Main events.
Just to counter your point that that's a SmackDown segment, you're right. But that segment included a legend called The Undertaker, Charlotte Flair, and you know, she's a legend, I guess, but she's not The Undertaker. She's not a Hall of Famer yet. Sonya Deville's not a legend, not a Hall of Famer. Bianca Belair's not a legend, not a Hall of Famer. So that's why I went on a little bit of a rant with that. But to your point, you're not wrong. If that segment doesn't happen, there's more time for Bayley and Becky to have the match they deserve. But I agree, this match needs to be the not the opener, not in the middle, needs to be the main event.
Yeah.
And I really hope it is. I really hope it is. They have an opportunity to make up for a lot of bad press
Do you
and
know?
to pay some respect. And one thing I'll say, Anthony, before I let you talk, Jay,
Sorry.
for Mark Briscoe, you have to think this is going to be therapy to him, man. He just lost his brother. He's probably not, you know, imagine how hard that is to lose your brother. You know, the guy that you've been tag teaming with around the world for 20 years now. You grew up with this man. Maybe Mark Briscoe wanted this to happen. He talked to Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal said, of course. And then they went to Tony Khan. Tony Khan did what he had to do with Warner Brothers.
I just say it was way too fast. But hey, you know, I'm not hating on it.
I'm just saying, if Mark comes out and says that he's the one that wanted this, you can't really say anything about it.
Like I said, I don't hate on it. I just think it's way too fast. And I would be fucking pissed if it wasn't the main event. I would be fucking pissed. I really would.
And tomorrow's Jay's birthday.
Oh, there you go. That's why. That would make more sense. Thank you, Stephen Chambers.
Stephen Chambers always coming in with the good points.
That's why I said it was too fast. But now that makes sense. Thank you, Stephen Chambers, for that.
This makes him a singles competitor. You're not premature, though, because he's automatically a singles competitor now. I don't see Mark Briscoe ever tag teaming with someone else ever again, seriously.
No, he could have some solo run just like Jay did. Jay has some banger-ass matches as a solo, especially for Supercard Ring of Honor.
If anything, Mark Briscoe has an opportunity now to take his career to a whole nother level
but
on the AEW platform.
I can't let him win the title with Claudio Hodian. I'm sorry, that's the wrong person. Claudio, he cannot take the belt off Claudio. It can't be him.
No, RGB, you're right. It's good therapy, but it's definitely not going to bring his brother back. Nothing's going to bring his brother back. The only thing that Mark can do now is move forward, and it looks like that's what he's trying to do, and this is going to help him do that. And if that's the case, more power to him, more power to the whole family. I did a tribute show on Sunday. There's links in there. You can go donate to the family. They've raised a lot of money. They're going to need all the help they can get.
You could also buy the shirt.
You can buy the shirt. Yeah, the shirt just came out.
Proceeds go.
The shirt just came out. 100% proceeds go to Shop AEW. Anthony, you had something to add, and then I kind of went on a rant. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. I'm gonna just say this right now. If that's not the main event, there is going to be a bunch of people that are gonna say so much shit on Tony Khan.
100%.
They're going to blast him, and that's going to be the worst. He's going to get the worst of it. So Tony Khan, you better make the right call, because if you don't, I'm going to be hating on you tomorrow night. Sorry.
I just have a feeling that I don't know where is it located tomorrow night, but
It's in Kentucky.
I have a feeling, you know, if they put it in the middle or the beginning, that all those Kentucky fans won't even give a damn. So it'll look good on national TV, but true fans like us and everybody watching and all the podcasters that we follow and love, shout out to Chad and Tony and all that, but we will all be fucking pissed because this should be.
Yeah. Now, do you guys maybe see like him getting signed with AEW?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But
that's why I said this is an opportunity for him to rebrand himself and to have a new career in AEW.
I agree, but that's so tough for me because Ring of Honor.
We don't know.
This is just me. Ring of Honor needs a very strong presence, and why not have one of the foundations that built Ring of Honor and Mark Briscoe to really build Ring of Honor to what?
Well, you're still under the AEW umbrella, even if you're in Ring of Honor.
Right. Yeah, but I'd rather have him in the ROH, not the AEW roster. I'd rather have him in the ROH. Just He could
I
be
kind of agree.
AEW.
I kind of
I'm
agree
not
with
saying
Jay,
don't
but
have matches where AEW stars.
we don't know what's going to happen. This could be a one-off for Mark. Mark might want to just do this match, and then we don't see him for a while.
If you want to have ROH TV deals and be on fucking streaming and streams,
You got to have stars.
You need to have stars, and you need to have one of the foundations. And Mark Briscoe is just that. Sorry.
Yeah, but I showed the Hall of Fame class the other night, Jay. Actually, as a matter of fact, I might as well just pop it up on here for you guys, all the pictures that I had of the Briscoes and their family and the brother and, different shots of their career. I'll just...
Holy shit.
I'll throw it up on here right now because why not? It's processing right now. We'll get to it in a second. But yeah, Jay's right. He is a star, and I definitely think he can be in Ring of Honor for a long time, make a lot of money, have great matches, and then maybe down the road he can come to AEW when it's not so saturated.
They have to really build it because let's face it, the last few weeks on TV with Claudio, we really haven't seen Claudio, and we haven't even heard about the RH World Champion.
JT Bakey agrees with you.
It's a fucking joke. We need someone to really elevate ROH.
That's a picture of Jay Briscoe with his beautiful family. He's got 2 daughters and a son. Luckily, the 2 daughters are doing better. One of them got movement back in their legs. They're playing video games. Yeah, thank you for all the prayers and the support, the positive energy, the donations. There's the official website there, Give, Send, Go, for the Pug family. You can go look it up. They've raised a lot of money. I'm sure they're going to continue to raise more. But let's just take a look at them boys, man. I mean, if you weren't a fan of them boys and you didn't know them well, you have so much footage to catch up on. Good tag team matches, great action, just insane storylines. And I'm pissed off that I missed 18 years of it. I didn't really get on the Briscoes train until about 2 years ago when, I've heard about them over the last 10 years, but I didn't really start watching the matches till about 2 years ago. And I'm pissed off that it took me so long to get on that train. These boys had respect from everyone in the building, every organization, including the WWE, to the point that WWE went out of their way to mention it when it happened on NXT Live last week. You have Kevin Owens wearing the J armband on SmackDown, on Raw, showing respect to these boys. These boys, you had Seth Rollins even say if it wasn't for Jay Briscoe, Seth Rollins wouldn't even exist. So I want everybody to just give a lot of credit to the Briscoes. And if you haven't seen their work, man, please go back and watch. There's so many good matches to watch, so many legendary feuds. Taken too soon, but they killed it in so many federations. GCW, Ring of Honor, House of Glory. Briscoe brothers killed it, man, for a long time, and they were authentic. What you see is what you got with them. They were as real as it gets, man. They were like the realest tag team as far as promos go that I've ever seen. They cut all their promos from their farm with their dad in the video half the time. These guys killed it, man. They're out there just living the life, raising kids, taking care of their wives, taking care of their dad, their mom, and kicking ass all over the world and making millions of dollars in the process. These guys were very successful without having to go to the WWE. They were very successful without having to go through the machine that is professional wrestling. And that speaks volumes for how good these guys were, man. Jay, I saw this match the other night. Did you ever watch the Lucha Brothers versus the Briscoes? You need to look up that match. Good God.
I came in late during the Adam Cole, Adam Page, Young Bucks, Ring of Honor, which I thought was really good at the time. So I started watching more of its solo kind of singles run more than tag team runs, to be honest.
They took on the Good Brothers, man. They had so many banger matches, winning tournaments, winning championships everywhere they went, getting respect. Obviously, their best work of all time was, with FTR. All 3 matches were incredible. All 3 matches were incredible. And the last match was the damn match of the year, basically. FTR Briscoes. And then the last match they ever had, Jay, is right there to your left.
I actually saw that promo.
The last match they ever had as a tag team was the Briscoes versus Main Event. I got lucky enough to watch Main Event at the Bret Hart Brooklyn show. I believe they took on, I think they were taking on SAT. It was a good match. Good match, man. I'm going to miss them boys. I just wish I could see more of them alive right now, like both of them alive and well, and doing big things in AEW.
I think we're gonna get the same match Jay had with Jay in Ring of Honor, man. I think it's gonna be the same kind of format, just a different outcome, you know. So I think
Triple H, Tony Khan. I give a shout out to Triple H for doing what he had to do to make sure they got acknowledgement on WWE TV. Tony Khan, I'm going to give him some credit too because at least he's making this match happen. But I hope, like Anthony says, it's the main event. If it's not the main event, we're going to have problems, Tony. We're going to have big problems, Tony. And real quick, look at that Ring of Honor Hall of Fame, Jay. Look at the class that they're in right there. The next CM Punk.
I like the Briscoes, but I'm gonna take them out for a second. I don't like the Hall of Famer. I think we're missing a key element there.
What are we missing?
Well, how about fucking Nigel McGuinness, the fucking one of the longest Ring of Honor fucking world champions? How about fucking that? That should be your fucking.
Was this their first Hall of Fame class?
Yeah. Why not have Nigel?
They have to pick 5 people.
For God's sake, Daniel Bryan, Samoa Joe, CM Punk held the belt as long as just not.
Bro, you know why. You know why Bryan Danielson, CM Punk, and Samoa Joe got chosen. You know why they got chosen. Because they're making the big bucks in the big companies. And, you know, they're going to bring more attention to Ring of Honor. But, yeah, there's one of the posters for the match with the Briscoes and FTR. Crazy fucking match. Crazy good. That's the last poster for the last match they had. The dog collar match, which was considered match of the year, tag team match of the year, by pretty much everybody. They got awards for it, and it was a banger.
Their old shit was really good, though.
Now check this out, Jay. Look at all the different titles this guy has held, man. 2-time CW Tag Team Champion, CZW. 13-time Ring of Honor Champion. I mean, look at the titles, Jay. These are all the different title reigns.
I thought
some of these title reigns, one of them's 391 days. And that's the FIP. Ring of Honor, they did 275 days. And look at the stats, Jay. If you know a lot about wrestling, you know the stats sometimes get a little crazy. Look at that win percentage, man. They have numbers like a Stone Cold even. They win way more than they lose.
I know his first run wasn't impressive, but
overall they added up, man.
Impressive.
944 matches with a total of 526 wins, man. Damn near 60% win rate. Hell of a career, man. Hell of a career. He's known as a brawler. Over 22 years in-ring experience.
I have some tough matches to say what's my best J match. So,
dude, look at this. Look at this matches per promotion. Look at all the different companies they worked for in the 22 years, Jay.
Yeah, we've probably seen all of them. There goes, look, just passed. There you go. There go PCW right there. DCW, IPW. Yeah. GCW, of course. 5.
Daniel Bryan did have clinics, absolutely. But so did CM Punk, so did Samoa Joe, so did AJ Styles. A lot of guys killed it in there.
And Nigel, too.
And Nigel. You're not wrong.
I think everybody's fucking forgetting that Nigel kind of made the Bryan Danielson and all that. You know what I mean? Like, kind of started it.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong, man.
That doesn't get a lot of credit.
I'm glad we could get through that slideshow tonight, man. Just to give everybody a little more. Maybe there's someone that was watching that doesn't know a lot.
Yeah, I think everybody's waiting for tomorrow. I think I am too, you know, and we'll see where it goes, you know, guys. We'll see what happens.
Will you say this, Jay? Do you think Bryan Danielson is having the best matches of his career right now in AEW?
No, I don't.
What do you think is the best match of his career?
I think he's having good matches. I don't think he's having the best matches.
What's the best match of his career for you?
There hasn't been. There hasn't been one in AEW, period.
Okay, well, I'm talking about his whole career.
Hold on.
His whole career.
I know where you guys are going to come at me with that Kenny Omega Grand Slam bullshit.
I'm asking you. I don't.
There wasn't no decisive winner. I'm talking about best match in AEW. I haven't seen.
If the match between Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson was 60 minutes and there was a winner,
an outcome winner, I would say that would be the best.
If the match was 60 minutes and we got a winner, that probably would have been the greatest match in the history of AEW.
I would have said that would be one of his greatest matches.
But I'll say this: we were there live for that, correct?
We were. Was it long as hell or what?
You can't lie. That was a hell of a 30-minute match, my friend.
I'm not saying you. I said it was a good match. I didn't say it was the best match. You asked me the best match in AEW.
Well, I'm asking you. You're not telling me. How about WWE wise? Do you have a favorite?
WWE, obviously, I'm gonna put Daniel Bryan versus John Cena when he won the belt and then he lost it. That's gonna be the best match for me, hands down.
What did you think of the triple threat match with him, Roman, and Edge?
I thought it was unnecessary. He didn't need to be there. He even admitted on wrestling website, I don't even know why I was in the match, but they only put him because Edge looked old.
That should have been Edge versus Roman
It should have been one-on-one. It should have been Edge and Roman. It should have been.
It's dumb to have Daniel Bryan beat Batista and Randy Orton and Triple H all in the same night.
You could put that as a top 5.
That's up there.
You could put that as a top 5 for sure.
I love that the yes movement with him.
That was WrestleMania 30 in New Orleans. Very well done. And they definitely they ran with that whole yes movement and they capitalized on it. Absolutely killed it. Steven Chambers says Danielson versus Nigel McGuinness were his best matches.
Thank you. I've been saying it all along. Nigel's been good, guys. So
I mean, to me, in my opinion, like I think he looks better in AEW than he did in WWE. Like towards like the last couple.
I think it's because he has more freedom.
There's no
work with talent.
Things on him.
Yeah, he can be whatever he wants.
Like with some of the guys that he faced, like even before Brian Cage, like some of these guys that he's been facing, he's putting on a great performance to me.
He's killing it, man.
I never say he's killing it, but best matches in the AEW, I need to see.
You know why I say he's killing it, Jay? Because he had a career-ending injury, and he's back, and he looks just as good, if not better, than he ever has. And that's not easy to say.
I mean, I'm glad that everybody had their career neck injuries, came back from Stone Cold all the way to this.
Stone Cold, Edge, hopefully Randy Orton, Bobby Roode. We need Robert Roode, whatever you want to call him. I hope he has a good recovery. Maybe we see Randy Orton in the Rumble.
Do you guys think that the match that he's going to have with MJF, like, you think that's going to deliver performance-wise?
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a 60-minute fucking banger. MJF has been in the gym every single day. He's in the best shape of his life right now, and he's going to kill him. And Daniel are going to kill that match. I got a thing for you. I heard a rumor earlier today, and Jay, I know you're going to hate this. You're going to hate this. Seth and Cody are going to work a program all the way up until SummerSlam.
Oh, I knew that. And I hate it. And I'm not going to watch it. And I don't support it.
John Cena's going to win the Royal Rumble and beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania.
I like John Cena in the Rumble, so that is one of my jokers. And I still have the Joker winning, by the way. I don't have Cody.
Someone told me that he heard through the grapevine that they're going to give Cena the ultimate push right now to put that 17 time on him before anybody. Sell video games, sell merch.
Listen,
and be done with it.
It could be any fucking legend. You have to. Why? This is Hollywood, and Hollywood is money. And you
need a big match.
You have to sell out.
They need a big match.
You have to.
They don't think Cody versus Roman is as big as Stone Cold versus Roman.
Listen, everybody knows day one is going to be dedicated.
Look, I think we killed Anthony. He's done. He's like he doesn't know what's happening right now.
He's upset too. Everybody's
I'm watching.
Day two has to be the soap. You need a big name. You need a big name with Roman. It can't be Roman and Cody.
So you're okay with John Cena winning the Royal Rumble and then going on to beat
I'm okay with anyone winning the Royal Rumble except for Cody. I don't think they should put Cody in this predicament. I think they should just kill it a little bit, let him earn, let the fans get behind him.
What I heard was, if you want to hear the continued group, the gossip is that Cody and Seth are going to eliminate each other. And then that's going to set up their feud to last a while John Cena comes out 30 and just wins the whole thing.
Like I said, I'm not watching those matches. I told you that since I saw that fucking shit show of a 1 and a 2 and a 3. And you know what? I give him credit for fighting his ass off with the injury. But come on, man. I'm so done with that.
Speaking of cheap promos, I got to do this, boys. I want to just let everybody know you can go over to my YouTube page. Looks like we got a new subscriber there. We appreciate you. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit this stream, smash that like. We got 12 people watching right now. Hopefully you're all sub, but if you're not, go sub over. But the reason I'm here is I want to show you Anthony Loves Wrestling channel. You go to the bottom of my page, you click on that, or right on the bottom, just click subscribe. Barbells and Body Slams, subscribe. Tantalizing Tony, subscribe. ABJ, subscribe. We got the Anthony Graves Pod and Cole TV. Subscribe to all these dudes. Tony and me, we mesh very well together because he does live watch parties. So he's pretty much on before me, and then I am on after. So we work very well together. And Tony's a good dude, man. He has great takes. And if you subscribe to his channel, the good thing I like about Tony is every time there's some kind of breaking news happening in the world of wrestling, whatever it is, Tony's on the ball. Look, tribute match, recap show, Sami Zayn, Raw update, major changes, contract signing, budget cuts, Vince McMahon settles, the real reason why AEW doesn't do the tribute show. Jay Briscoe killed in a car accident. He broke it. He broke the internet with his video because he was the first one to go live. He had over 6,000 views almost. Can Sammy beat Roman? Tony knows what he's doing, and he's killing this YouTube shit right now. And he actually brings you breaking news as it's happening consistently. So this is somebody you need to follow on YouTube if you don't already do so. I know some of you probably don't, because some of you are my guys. And if you're my guys and this is the first time you're hearing about Tony, go subscribe to Tony.
I'm already
right away.
subscribed.
I know you are. I know you are. And I want to again mention you can go buy the Jay Briscoe shirt tonight. Reach for the sky. We got about 9 minutes or less left in the stream. I'm not letting this stream go past 2 hours. I'm letting you all know that right now. I'm very tired. I've continued this stream because you guys have all been here showing us love.
Saving my energy for mañana.
Yeah. Jay, you got an early one tomorrow, huh?
I got an early one, but it's always good to talk about. And going to Gilch, what he's writing by the end of the year will have had so many bangers. No, he won't. Come on, let's be real. Bryan Danielson's not many bangers in fucking AEW.
All right. John Gilchrist had a lot to say. Andrade at the Rumble? Maybe. Stephen Chambers says Cody number 1, Seth number 2 starting off. And Mick over here saying it's going to be Cody. No Cody. No. Women's Royal Rumble, only 7 women announced. There's going to be a lot of surprises, that's for sure. I don't know if that's going to be. Bobby Fish will definitely not be at the Rumble. He's been having too many spaz outs at independent shows.
Well, no,
he's done. He's
done. He's an MMA fighter.
He's like, oh yeah, I forgot. Fuck. Mick, it could be Cody. I'm not going to argue with you. Jay doesn't want it.
No.
Johannes says Gargano maybe in the Rumble, or is he still hurt? We saw him on Raw yesterday with Dexter Lumis doing what he's good at, which was nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
John Gilcher, what giveaway do you want to do? The Jay Briscoe shirt? You want to give away a Jay Briscoe shirt? So who? Someone in this stream, or we do a new giveaway and we announce it on the YouTube page tomorrow during the AEW post show.
Ooh, free merchandise.
Someone's getting a free Briscoe shirt.
Oh boy.
Yes, he said. All right, so tomorrow during our AEW post show, John Gilcher, the Hand of the King, has made it perfect. Someone that's going to be watching tomorrow live is going to receive a free Reach for the Sky Jay Briscoe shirt. Rest in peace, Jay Briscoe, 1984 to 2023. Your brother will be fighting for you tomorrow night on AEW Dynamite. And he's going to be fighting Jay Lethal in what I hope is the main event. And someone could win a free shirt tomorrow. Compliments of Gilch. And we appreciate you, Gilch. And you know who else I appreciate? I appreciate Anthony. I appreciate Jay. And most importantly, I appreciate you, the Savage Kingdom. You've welcomed me into your homes, into your phones, tablets, Xbox, wherever you're watching me from. Or maybe you're not even watching live. Maybe you wake up in the morning and you take a long drive to work, and then you put me on. No matter how you watch, where you watch, or when you watch, I appreciate you. And I hope you appreciate all the hard work that I try to put into this channel to bring you guys good content, man. Good wrestling talk with good people. Jay's great. Anthony's great. Gilch is great. Lewis is great. Thomas Babiak is great. We got some great guest spots to come on. Tantalizing Tony. We need to get Ravishing Ricky on here. Tomorrow, I believe Anthony Graves is going to be joining us for a few minutes. And real quick, I'm just going to show his page real quick so you guys go follow him too.
Shout out to Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony Graves is a really cool dude. He's going to be joining us tomorrow for AEW to talk a little bit. My man's up to 907. He was just at 600 something. In the last few weeks, he's gone up to almost 1,000. He's been killing it, man. Because he goes live. He does the same thing with Tony. He's on a lot of Tony's shows, and then he does his own little, I think he goes 2 days a week. He doesn't go as much as Tony because he's in school, and he actually gives a shit about his education. So shout out to Anthony Graves for fucking killing, man. Considering that you're so busy with school and yet you still have the time to kill it on YouTube, big props to you. Big props to Mick Thomason, John Gilcher, and the whole crew. Love all of you. And I will continue to do this for as long as I'm alive and you'll have me. Until then, we'll see you guys tomorrow for AEW Dynamite. Right here, live on Wrestling with Savage. Anthony, we'll see you later. Jay, my nana, have a good night. Keep it savage. Keep it savage. Mr. Kennedy, and he has a lot to say to everyone out there watching. He's going to be on Wrestling with Savage. Stop yelling so much. Why are you yelling? Why are you yelling? I'm excited. You're watching this. This is Mr. Kennedy taking a chop from Savage. He just gave me a nice stiff one. Nice stiff one. Oh, solid. So I appreciate you, brother.
You're watching Wrestling with Savage, the best late night wrestling show in the world.
I say you are listening to Wrestling with Savage, the best podcast in the history of podcasts.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, Brian say you live by the champ. Her last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage, SmackDown. Hold the title, this is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Because they are the best tag team in the world. Tag team.
Be my honor to be a guest on your show.
Oh, you guys are still here? Get the fuck out of here. Go to sleep. It's over. The show is over. And Dave LaGreca will be here. But until then, I'm out. Good job, Savage. It's the best hat in pro wrestling. Get that fucking Raw man yet. Raw fuck.
It's MDK and Wrestle with Savage all fucking day.
Okay. We got over here.
Well, what do we got over here? Have your cake and eat it too.
Look at Eddie.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, Brian say you live by the champ. Her last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage, SmackDown. Hold the title, this is Wrestling with Savage.
Wrestling with Savage.
Why are you still here? Why are you guys still here? I need to go. It's been 2 hours. Anthony, they're still here. What are we doing? Why are they here? Why won't they leave? He's gone. He's gone. But I'm still here. But I'm leaving right now for real. I appreciate all of you being here, man. I really love doing this shit. If I didn't love doing this shit, I wouldn't be online every single night when I say I'm going to be on. I have a schedule and I follow it. And thank you all for coming along for the ride, man. For real, this time I'm out. Everybody have a great night, man. We'll see you here tomorrow for AEW Dynamite right here live on Wrestling with Savage.